That boy Patrick.
Half of you watching absolutely hate Playboi Carti and can't understand why he deserves any.
That's a crazy way to start off. No, we do not hate Playboi Carti. We do not hate Playboi. I grew up on Playboi Carti. Do I like the old Carti better? Yes, of course we like old Carti before the vampire, but we still Carti fans.
Any of the hype surrounding his new album, I Am Music. The other half of you watching love him and are going to verbally attack me in the comments for even the slightest bit of criticism. I've seen so much pushback on anyone criticizing this album, with the majority of them saying, chill out, this album isn't for you, Unk. Which, if you're gonna call me Unk, you better put 2 C's on the end of it. Now, to be fair, if you came into this album trying to dissect the lyrics and look for a deeper meaning or theme or a cohesive album experience, there is something wrong with you. Obviously, Carti is just making music to chill and vibe to. Now, this video is not your typical nerdy music review, but rather analyzing I Am Music and Carti's impact and influence on hip.
Started off, I would give the album a 7. Not gonna lie, I'm a Carti fan, but I would give it a 7 because I'm still biased. Like, I'm still comparing Carti to the old Carti, like the Carti I grew up on, Die Lit and all that. So it ain't got that feel yet in a minute. So, and for this album to be as anticipated as it was, I was expecting, you know what I'm saying? But I guess we still waiting on, I don't know, we're waiting on him to revert back to the old sound, and he's just not. So we just gotta take what we got now. So I give it a 7 for sure, maybe 7.5. Like, it's a cool album. You just vibe to it. It ain't got the hype that the old,
hip-hop as a whole, because whether you like him or not, you cannot argue against this man being one of the biggest artists in hip-hop right now. I feel the same way about,
if you've been injured in a recent car accident that wasn't your fault, I'm gonna show you how I got this $100,000 check, my car replaced, and
I Am Music as I did initially after listening to Whole Lotta Red. It's bloated, it's repetitive, and I will likely only listen to a handful of songs again and in the foreseeable future. As a body of work, Whole Lotta Red was way more impressive. The rage sound, the vampire theme, and the short punchy tracks that were clearly designed for an intense concert experience made for a really solid album. However, it took time for me.
I ain't never been to a Carti concert. I ain't never been to a concert, period. It just ain't never been my thing, being in a crowd of strangers and everybody jumping around, bumping elbows, and just not my thing. But out of all of them, I doubt I would go to a Carti concert, and I'm a Carti fan. But them boy get lied. I'm talking about, them boys get lied to, and I ain't trying to be amongst all that.
Me and most other people to recognize the value of this album. Everyone said that Whole Lotta Red was going to age well, and it's going to take time to understand Carti's vision, and they were completely right. Whole Lotta Red literally changed the underground rap scene forever. There is an extremely strong argument to be made that this album single-handedly opened up a lane for an entire new genre of rap, and that dozens of artists and producers would not even have a career if it wasn't for this album. So you can imagine for Carti, that is a ton of pressure to live up to. It's impossible to know the long-lasting impact that I Am Music will have on his fans and hip-hop as a whole, but I do feel pretty confident in saying that it won't be nearly as influential as Whole Lotta Red. And that's because I Am Music sounds like a standard Future album. The track Jumpin' literally sounds one-to-one like...
Bro, I just reacted to another video that was coming for Future Top. Like, what's up, bro? What's up with all the recent hate on Future? Like, he not him, man. I don't appreciate that. Come on, Pat. Pat, you heard me.
Future, I had to pause the track and check the credits to make sure that it wasn't him. And like, I find that most of the
vibe music, like, that's the whole thing. He make sit around, vibe, go, and then he got some money on tracks on there, then he got some hoes tracks on there. It's like what are y'all expecting from Future? He been the same from, man.
The songs that I enjoy on this project just sound like Future. And you guys know that I love Future, so this isn't a diss. It's actually a compliment to my glorious king.
Yeah, whatever.
Nevadius.
He's trying to sweeten it up.
I don't know what his last name is. What? L fan. But the beats, the cadence, the flow, the song structure of I Am Music, none of it really sounds like anything new in the grand scheme of hip-hop, which is fine. Not every album needs to be this dramatic, cultural shifting moment. The project is going to be a solid one to stream in the background, put on in the car, and play at parties. But with that being said, it does feel a little underwhelming considering the pretentious title of the album, I Am Music. I already know there's going to be one of you in the comments like, technically the album is called Music, not I Am Music. Dude, for years he promoted this album as the title being I Am Music.
That's fact. But dang, what I was about to say, Pat? Lose my train of thought. Oh yeah, this album was kind of like, in my opinion, it was kind of forced because like he had it went along with the merch drop that he had supposed to coming out. He said that it was supposed to drop at a certain time. If not, he was going to refund thousands and hundreds of thousands of fans. So the album was a must drop. Like he had to drop this album at the time that he had to drop it. So I don't think it was fully like complete to his full potential, because he had the label on him, he had lawyer execs on him, he had all type of people on him pushing him to go ahead and drop this album, or he would lose way more in the long run. So,
and the album cover says I Am Music. Clearly he was trying to send a specific message. Shut your mouth. On one hand, this title would make us think that he would develop this extremely innovative approach to the genre and establish himself as the artist who will single-handedly shift the culture, only to maybe fall short of that. On the other hand, the name could be perceived as the ultimate flex of saying, I don't even have to try that hard. I can put out 30 random songs from my archive and still have more hype and more sales than your favorite rapper.
That's what I'm saying. That's what it felt like. It felt like he just pieced together a bunch of songs that he had already had, and here y'all go. Y'all been riding me for the past years, and so here you go. I gave you an album. It didn't flow. It didn't connect.
Either way, I think the album name is kind of ridiculous and punches under its weight, which is one of the many reasons why tons of fans think that the album doesn't actually deserve the hype. And the word deserve is interesting. Technically, from a musical standpoint, I don't think this album was worth waiting over 4 years for. Exactly. Then again, I love how much hype it has. On the night of the release, I stayed up on Twitch, and so did hundreds of thousands of fans. It was exciting. So you have Dante with his 11,000 viewers. You have Playboi Max with 78,000 viewers waiting. Academics right there with 38,000 viewers. You have Zias and Bilu on YouTube right now with like 20 or 30K. You have Kai Cenat with 140K viewers, bro. What are you doing? Now, I was pretty upset when he didn't drop at midnight.
A story where he was on FaceTime with Bieber?
And then I was extremely fed up when he didn't drop after delaying the album another 3 hours. Ain't no way he just honey-dicked us. Bro, I swear, if he postpones it, I'm not listening. Future would never do this to us. He would drop an album exactly on time, right when we expected it, and then he would drop another album like 3 months later. It's not on other platforms, not on Apple, not on YouTube. Who thinks that this is aura farming or this is cool, bro? This shit is lame. After the second delay, I decided to go to sleep, and he didn't end up dropping the album for another 6 hours, so I definitely made the right decision. Regardless, the hype was an amazing feeling. There are like 4 albums that come to mind in the past 5.
That's just how he do his fans. Do I agree with it? No. But that's his aura for say, you know what I'm saying? He keep you waiting and waiting. And to this day, we still waiting on that Uzi and Carti was 1,600. What it was? We still waiting on that joint album between him and Uzi. Never gonna happen. But like, that's
5 years that have had this much hype, with Whole Lotta Red being one of them. Also, Donda and CLB, and maybe Utopia. Also, anything regarding the Kendrick and Drake back and forth. Now, obviously, I'm not talking to the die-hard music fans that watch this channel. There are tons of albums in the past 5 years that you all stayed up for and were extremely excited about. But I'm talking about when the hype reaches the average music listener. The person who...
Can you please just hear me out? No, all work management platforms are the same. They take forever to learn, and in the end...
Who is a music fan, but you know, they're not a music fan like we're music fans, you know what I mean? Like, they're a music fan, but it's not a critical facet of their personality. When they participate in the hype, we have this vast community experience where hip-hop fans come together in unison just to check out an album at midnight, even if their intention is to just shit on it after one listen and tweet mid. But this all-encompassing effort from hip-hop fans is what makes the genre so dominant. I just found out the other day that a rock song hasn't went #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 since 2001. Coming up on 25 years, a rock song hasn't hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, and it was Nickelback. Now, I don't think Carti will get a #1 single on the Hot 100 from I Am Music. I mean, Fiend peaked at #5, and nothing on this album comes close to that. But my point is that clearly other genres don't.
You missing on that one, because last time I checked, Carti went #1. Let's cross-check. Let's cross-check that, Pat. Hold on, Pat. Because last time I checked, yeah. Last time I checked, hold up. Let me get it right for you. Come on now, music. Bro, I just seen it. Come on, bro. I be forgetting how to navigate this album music jump. There we go. Top 100. Okay, it didn't change since last week. But last week when I checked, Carti, he had 4 songs in the top 5, top 100.
Have the hype.
Global and
they
US.
Don't quite have the same community, and they don't have the team effort from fans and pop culture that uplifts their genre.
Well, Z's and B-Lou is, hey, Carl, they've been iconic since we were kids, man.
Which is actually upsetting. As a music fan, I wish there were more artists, whether that be in hip-hop or other genres, that could make the average listener excited about their newest release and essentially get everyone online to stay up at midnight just to listen to their new song or their new project. Now, the reason why they don't have the same amount of hype and how they would go about changing that is a deeper conversation for a different day, but I think Carti's impact and influence on hip-hop and pop culture is a net positive. Fans feel more excited and more lively at shows. They are a little toxic. Look, they're a little toxic, but hey, it happens. But he has cultivated a community that has directly allowed tons of upcoming artists to thrive. So while I am saying that Whole Lotta Red is better and more innovative objectively, personally, I will likely listen to I Am Music more. And while I do technically agree that this album, as well as Carti's presence in hip-hop, is all just sort of overhyped, I actually like that, and I agree with it. And I hope that more artists can be overhyped because it's just more fun. Also, the recording studio that I am building has made an insane amount of progress. We already have all of the framing done, the insulation is in, and I think by the end of this week, we'll probably have all the walls actually built. My next video is going to be another update video, so please.
I already seen it, twin. But yeah, bro, it's just like with any album, man. When it first dropped, it got mixed reviews here and there. But the more you listen to it, the more hype. Or the more you start to understand and start to like it. Same with the K-Dot album. When K-Dot dropped that album right after dissing Drake, nobody was really, you know what I'm saying? They was on the case about it, talking about mid, this, that, and third. But it was actually a deep, in-depth album. Like, it was a great body of work. I liked it.